Hey heroes, Zephyr here, and welcome back to the creative world for an update on the Autobrewer, I guess, for lack of better words for what I can call this. Actually, I think I'm going to go with Autobrewer 2.0, or possibly a different name as I kind of explain it. So as you can see, I've got this kind of a circle here, which is the exact size of that circle we're working, or that big hole we're working on in the survival world. Again, progress on that hole to come once I successfully find my way back there through the nether. So I was experimenting with some different ideas. This was kind of the first one that I had going on, trying to keep with the Rails concept. So it was kind of the idea, fill, drop in other hopper, drop back, fill, back and forth like that. The problem became that I wanted to attach a comparator here in order to be able to power the rail when everything got, finished, if there was nothing, and only if there was potions in there. But then again, I still had the same problem with that one where I couldn't really use the comparator to find out what the ingredients were in each of them. So I had to do it entirely based on the bottle stuff, so I started doing some of the math for that, which then more or less spawned some of this, and then I kind of realized that this was just the Etho lab idea, and I have watched it, so I didn't want to go with this one here, but basically it is Etho's idea. It would require some redstone in very different areas than I have it here. This was just kind of the how I imagined powering it, but then looking a bit more on his, I realized that there's a lot more redstone required, and that's why he didn't have it too thick. He had it 3. But the main bit that I was adding to this was this kind of a concept here, which this has probably been done before, but I figure I'd talk about this anyway. This is set that if there are at least 10 ingredients and bottles in here, we are aware, so we know that this one is brewing. Now, sadly, my final design did not have enough room for this as much as I wanted it. But basically, like I said, was measuring the redstone signal output, then I just put a chest here that had just enough output that one less item turns this off, so you know you're on your last 9 or you're empty. I could additionally change it by putting more items in the other one or less items. Either which way, it would work. But anyway, I thought that was a cool little concept, just basically using a chest with contents in order to take advantage of the subtractive qualities of a comparator rather than what I had kind of over here where it was a freakish amount of space to do the same thing. And again, over there where I had the huge pulse length detector and everything. And you can even see in this one as well, back on the original, I did have a torch way back here, which was set just for the sake of the subtractive quality in there. So theoretically, this could be shrunk a lot, but still, this part here, which was kind of the whole thing that got it going, isn't working anymore. So anyway. The next kind of concept that I started working on became this kind of a zipper concept, where you could hit any of these, which would then make the one above whichever one it would fall into. So let me just see here. I can throw this comparator down, and it will make its way to the bottom chest probably faster than I can get there. Because it actually will go in, the other hopper will pull before this one can push. However, if you hit any row, that comparator stops pulling. So, if I throw it in there, it'll make it to this one. Which made me think, okay, then I can maneuver it so that you could press a button, it would lock off that particular potion type, because it would no longer, water bottles would no longer be sent down that row, and you could keep doing it that way. And then I thought, maybe if I filled it all, but then, everything's going to go to the bottom, and then new fills won't go into the top ones, and it just became confusing. So I was like, okay, to heck with that, we'll scrap the idea one more time. So then I started thinking, okay, well, what if I took that design, because it's the only one that actually worked really well. It's very compact. It keeps everything together. The only bit is you get a lot of extra potions, which is a big kind of buffer field, which is kind of the point that I believe Ether was going for, was to have enough of every potion to do all the time. So I figured I could cut out the chest, cut out the middleman, and basically just have it go from bit to bit. You have much less of a buffer, so about 9. And I'm still got the final product running, just to see what will happen when it jams up. So I was contemplating, okay, how can I do this? Because this torch will power both of these droppers, so it just needs to pulse a couple of times, and then this one just needs to stay off. So you have to have two different lines going in. And I was kind of experimenting with that. Pulse length detectors, monostable circuits. So here's one that pulses 3 times, which is kind of what I was working on. It wouldn't pulse directly, though. It was pulsing way too fast during it in order for that redstone torch to go off. So I definitely needed to add that delay. So the final product, all in all, we start with one of Etho's hopper timers, because these things are amazing. I actually have a full stack of the sandstone in there just because I don't want to go with the exact 56 for 20 seconds, just because I don't think the system can take it. Yeah, there we go. There's our overflow starting up. Make sure that nothing's messing up here. It's just moving to the top hopper. Yeah, I'm starting to get less going through. Oh, did I just run out of water bottles? That's it. Yeah, I barely just out of water bottles. So I will need to fill that back up. Just give me a quick second. Whoop. Yeah, this does the overflow test rather nicely. Whoop. Water bottle, water bottle, water bottle. So you got generally the same fill concept, because again, easy. And water bottle, water bottle, water bottle. It sends just enough pulses to get... First, you need 4 pulses, because one's got to move the potions to this one, and then the next 3 will push it forward. And even if this one winds up backtracked, as this one has, it won't fill more than 3 in here, so you are pretty good. So if this does get backed up, you are fine. I put a double chest here just to give it some extra time while I was explaining everything else. But anyway, so we have it here. Every time this goes off, one of these monostables will go off, so it just basically resets this. It sends a pulse, I believe it's about 12 or 16 long here, and that turns off all of the torches. We basically just want these ones to turn off, which will allow this to pull out potions. However, this one, as it powers that dropper above, also powers this hopper. So they all need power off. So they all get powered off for that 12 tick section, at which point then another pulse extender goes to this clock. And the clock then flickers these once every 2 ticks in order to set off both droppers and get the potions going. So it's kind of, as I said, my Autobrewer 2.0, but realistically, based on its influences, it's probably more like Etho Slab Lite. It's just very simplified, less redstone overall, more compact. But you don't get that nice buffer of potions, which, you know, it's basically, do you want the economy or the efficiency? And, you know, like I said, I've still got the full stack in there. I could still probably will adjust the timing overall just to see if I can't shorten it up a bit. Yeah, we're out of water bottles again. Whoop. Additionally, you could also put a bigger buffer of water bottles, but really, because it is the light version, it doesn't want to take much more than this anyway. Yeah, right. So there you have it. This is the new version of the Autobrewer. It fits well within that hole I've created. Actually, I'm working on, because this isn't going to be the only row that I have. I might still add this zipper concept to it yet. Probably not so high. But in order to have a couple of these rows going all connected to a single clock, so this would be your resistance 8. And then I would have another row that has it as well as the gunpowder addition in order to basically, you know, have the same kind of efficiency. And I managed to fit it within a circle that had basically from one end to another was about 15 blocks or so much smaller than this. Basically, this was the center, and then I had it branching out, which means just a couple of repeaters to extend the length from this, which would mean more delay, which is again why I kind of went with a full stack. So anyway, that's about it. I will most likely leave the download link in the description with all of these little kind of half-baked ideas and mini circuits. In order for you can check them out yourself, build them in your own world, and whatnot. So, till next time, this is Isaac Zephyr. I, will work on more redstone stuff in the future. It's been a matter of necessity. What do I want to build redstone-wise? And yeah, I think this jammed up. No, it's not jammed up yet. Fire resist is getting there, though. So I'm thinking that this is going to start filling with the aqua potions, and then, it'll go from there. And like I was saying, Isaac Zephyr, signing out, and I will see you all later, heroes.